So I'm going to talk about this issue I've been having lately, which is so bizarre and so confusing to me. I just don't know how to get rid of it. And hopefully, maybe this might give me a solution as to how to deal with it and how to get rid of it, actually. So, the problem I'm talking about is the fact that sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, I feel super rushed up and I feel so panicky just because I feel like I don't have much time to spend on anything. My brain is like, do everything all at once because you have to get to everything. Otherwise, you're just gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities. If you get too focused on this one, there are so many other things you're missing out on, and that inhibits the capacity for me to go completely into something and be absorbed by it. Because I think if you want to talk about deep learning and learning in general and being able to deepen your knowledge, you have to spend a huge amount of time. And that means that you're getting rid of all the rest of the activities that you might be inclined to do. And so that's hard. It's taking something out of yourself and trying to focus to grow something entirely different. And that's probably one of the things that I'm struggling with, and I'm trying to, not probably, definitely, and I'm trying to talk to myself and tell myself that this is how productivity works. Productivity is not about getting everything done. It's about reducing everything to one activity and doing it for a prolonged period of time. Like for a span of a month, you can spend your time on one specific source of idea, one specific field, one specific business, whatever. And that's gonna grow, and you just don't do anything else. And that's the definition of being productive. Otherwise, you're just procrastinating, but in a productive way, in a way, right? Even sometimes I would say reading books can take away time from all the other activities that are just being barely scratched, and you're just not aware of the fact that you're losing your capacity to focus, and your brain is playing tricks on you. It's like trying to tell you that you can actually get everything done, and you have to do that instead of every other stuff that you might be capable of doing. So it's a tricky situation. I have no idea how to overcome it. I feel like this might go away if I repeatedly do nothing except the thing that I'm supposed to do. If I get rid of all of it, and if I fight that urge to think about whatever else I could have been doing with my time, if I were to be able to inhibit that, to completely de de destroy the whole signal altogether, that signal is constantly nagging at me. I would love to do something mechanical, and I'm at the same time there's a part of me that says, oh, Sarah, you should be spending your time on writing something out. Or at the same time, my brain is like, oh, there's also some books you could read, there's shows you could watch, there's other ideas you could execute on. And I'm like, okay, give me a break, okay? I'm a human being. I cannot splinter my attention in multiplicities of ways. I just can't. It's just not in my nature to be able to hold multiple thoughts in my head or do multiple activities at the same time. It's just not going to be helpful, nor is it even productive. So please take that away. I'm never gonna be able to ever do whatever you say. So I think you have to sit down and have a real solid conversation with that part of your brain that is nagging at you. Like it's always distracting you when you're absorbed in a certain activity, when you're immersed in it, it just like wants to distract you and make you shallow. That's it. Like the whole goal is to make you shallow so that you don't go deep, because our biology doesn't want us to like go deep. It's like fight or flight system that like is always on guard and is a kind of trying to notice what sort of danger there is, and how we can counteract that danger. And that's exactly how it's going to be proceeded. So it's very important and imperative for us to not listen to that voice inside of our head, because that's exactly when you lose your momentum and lose the capacity to delve deeper and dig into whatever you want to learn, right? It's like if you don't have the option to spend a huge amount of time with that specific subject, then you're probably just scratching the surface, and that's not going to yield the result that you're looking for. See, like productivity may sound not like productivity at all. Like sometimes productivity is like very uncomfortable, but because you're like cutting something out entirely, cutting everything else, saying no to everything else and saying yes to one thing. It's like very not natural to us to do that. Our whole biology calls us to do everything and be on edge and be on guard and all the time be able to like detect all the danger that is threatening our health and our our existence altogether. That's how like the survival mechanism of the body is trying to make it super hard for you to like go super deep into any of the subjects that you are trying to like expand on and elaborate on. So keep that in mind, because that'll teach you a lot. Like if you want to learn something, even about like something unrelated, like I don't know, science, whatever. It's like, do not steer away abruptly and let the whole course flow into its own natural path. Like when you come across this terminology, you just look it up, right? And then you come across this other terminology in the whole definition of it, and you look that up. It's like this sequence of events that are taking place naturally, and you have to be planning everything out. You're just going deeper into the whole subject or whatever work you're doing. And that's how you get ahead of the 99%, because 99% of the population is trying to do everything, and they're not focused, and they're not really expert at one specific thing. Okay, and your advantage or your privilege comes from leveraging off of the fact that you can solve any problem in that specific field, that nobody else can match that level of expertise. Okay, and let's just talk about AI for a second, because whenever I talk about expertise, there probably is some sort of question popping up because of the fact that AI exists. And sometimes I feel like maybe it steals away some of the expertise that we might be unique at. Okay, that's for sure. But you have to keep in mind that ain't gonna be changing the whole the whole formula. Okay, the whole equation is gonna be the same, and AI cannot do so much. Like if you think AI can rub you off everything and just steal your job or whatever, then you're probably gonna be the victim of it, because you're not thinking of ways to counteract it, to stand on top of it. If you're not thinking of ways or insights or ideas that you can utilize and like make it so hard for anything to compete with you, then you're gonna be able to like obviously just like stand above all the threats that AI is making toward you. So maybe I needed to address that. So the bottom line is the whole moral of the story is, the message, the whole, the results of this whole investigation of mine, personal investigation, I would say, is that our brain is weird. It's not weird, it's natural, but like it tricks us into thinking that we have time, or we have the capacity, we have the attentional bandwidth to do everything at the freaking same time. It's not true. Do not fall prey into its hoax and tricks and all of that. It's none of it can ever make sense. It's just trying to give you a very stupid thing to do. I don't know why. I know why, actually. It's because of survival, and you have to be always on guard, and maybe there's a danger out there. That sort of like the system, the nervous system that is helping us to counteract all the danger and try to like keep us safe. The same system is not keeping you safe when it comes to being a productive piece of human being. So I hope that helped in some ways, and thank you so much for listening to me. I hope that I can talk to you next time.